Hey folks, we're going to be trying to do a live YouTube show. I've got some appointments kind of sandwiched around the time frame that I'm going to want to be doing this at, but we're going to tentatively schedule a live show on my YouTube channel, Dominique Does Life, for about 9:15 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you would like to go ahead and submit questions right now, if you would like to ask any questions for the Q&A session, that would be great. You can go right over to our Facebook page, which is actually Welcome to My World with Dom. The link is right here in this description, so you can either copy and paste or click the link right there. And you can send a private message to Welcome to My World with Dom, asking any kind of relationship or interpersonal questions, any questions about interpersonal conflicts, interpersonal issues, whether they be at work, romantically, with family, with friends, what have you. Please feel free to submit them right now so that I can pre-screen them and put them right up there on the air for you. As we've discussed on my YouTube channel, I do plan to go ahead and start using first name, last initial going forward. Because when I'm simply answering questions saying anonymous writes or anonymous says, the person who has asked the question doesn't know if I'm addressing their issue. So if you are not okay with me using your first name, last initial, please let me know that and let me know what name you would like for me to use instead. For instance, if your name is Samantha B, and you don't want me to use Samantha B when I'm reading your question, feel free to let me know that you'd like to be referred to as Lisa F, okay? So that we can both agree on a name and you'll know when I'm answering your question and you won't be confused. There has been a little bit of confusion when I've tried to do the anonymous thing or just assign random pseudonyms. So we're learning as we go here on Welcome to My World / Dominique Does Life, and I appreciate you bearing with me on that. So any questions you have, again, whether it be about struggles with folks who have cluster B personality disorders like narcissists, sociopaths, and other toxic individuals, whether it be just interpersonal questions, whether you'd like to share an interpersonal experience, you can go ahead and do that. We will be going live tentatively around 9:15 a.m. depending on what my other appointments are going to do, depending on whether everybody is on time or late or early. Hopefully we'll be able to start at exactly 9:15. If we don't fret. I will still be going on the air. Just give me a couple of minutes and I'll be right with you as soon as possible. And I'll try to keep everybody as updated as possible on any changing time frame at facebook.com/Welcome to My World with Dom. The link again is in this description box right here. So don't fret. Now, a couple of the topics that I'm going to try to focus on, depending on how many more people write questions and submit them beforehand, are the following. So if you would definitely like to get your question answered and you'd like to discuss these particular topics, feel free to send them through. If you'd like to discuss another topic, send your question anyway, but I am going to give the following topics priority, depending on how many inquiries regarding these topics make their way to my desk. So here are the topics I'm going to try to give priority because they're things we've been discussing for a while now. I'm going to try to give the topic of ghosting priority. I'm going to try to give the topic of Stockholm Syndrome and dealing with folks who are being abused by a toxic person priority. So, for instance, if you have somebody who's being abused in your life, who you are having trouble connecting with or dealing with in an appropriate way, if you're concerned about this person and you'd like to talk about that, please feel free to write in. That's one topic I'd like to focus on. I'm going to try to focus on those particular topics and then Just a broad sort of umbrella issue that I like to try to focus on, as always, is the topic of, sociopathic and narcissistic abuse, cluster B abuse and difficult situations regarding folks who are toxic personality types. So again, with any interpersonal question you have, feel free to write in, okay? But I'm going to try to give those particular topics priority. So I hope that everybody is having a wonderful July 4th weekend. I thank you again all for bearing with me as I recover from my foot injury and my back injury. I've not been feeling well the last week or so, a little bit more than a week actually, so didn't feel comfortable going on camera when I wasn't looking or feeling my best, and probably wasn't able to give you the best part of myself and the best advice. I'm not here to just talk at you. I want to actually do my best for you, give you the best advice I can, and I want to be on point for you. So if for some reason if I'm just not feeling up to it, I'm not going to go online that day. So thank you so much for bearing with me and understanding that. Please do submit your questions. And like I said, if you maybe have an experience you'd like to share, don't shy away from that. I know people have asked whether or not it's appropriate for them to just share an experience. That's totally fine. Absolutely. Now, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, if you feel like you would benefit from coaching, or you would just like to set up an initial consultation with me to see if that is something you might benefit from, please feel free to contact me directly about that. I'm happy to set up a session with you, and I'm more than happy to work with you in any capacity that you would prefer. So please feel free, if that is something you're interested in, to contact me via Facebook on my business page, which is Trinity SS Wellness, or email me at Trinity SS Wellness and Consulting. So Trinity SS Wellness and, that's the word and written out, consulting at gmail.com, and we will set you up with an initial consultation, and we'll get started on working with you and helping you to improve your interpersonal relationships and whatever aspects and areas of your life you would prefer to work on going forward. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will be with you guys tomorrow, and we will discuss some of your questions, and we will share some of your stories. Again, thanks for listening in, and have a wonderful and safe July 4th holiday weekend. Be well.